Today, I'm just going to be doing two bangers in one go, okay? I'm sure you guys are okay with this too, but we're going to be going over the Hive Music Group audition and the JYP2ck Audition. So both of these are short-term auditions, but you do have more than a month to submit your audition, so that's completely fine. And the first one is the JYP2ck, I don't know, girl group audition. The reason why it's called the pick audition is because you can pick your category. Now, you might think it's typically vocal, rap, or dance, right? But in this case, it is not, and it's actually your vocal, dance, or your star quality, which is unique to see. You don't see the rap category being considered as a category for this audition, but that might be because for the specific girl group, the route or direction that they're planning on going doesn't really need a main rapper, or maybe they already have one as a trainee. So that's kind of the reason why. And this kind of goes back to how I really emphasize stage presence all the time. You could pick an amazing vocalist, but if they have very weak stage presence, it's harder to train them versus someone who has amazing stage presence. They look like they belong on the stage and connect emotions to the viewer so well, but they have average vocals. They're probably gonna pick the second person, because the way K-pop companies see it is they can train that person and train their vocals, whereas stage presence is something that's a little bit more difficult to hone, and there is like a chance that they might just like not really improve in their stage presence. But for vocals, I mean, as long as you practice, you will get to some point, even if you're not like main vocal material. That was quite the rant, but this one is due August 24th, so you still have some time. And then the next one is also a very anticipated audition. I'm sure you guys already saw it in the title, and that is the Hive Music Group audition. It includes all 8 Hive affiliated labels, so some that are Hive adjacent, some that are actually Hive labels, and that includes, I can't memorize all of it, so Big Hit Entertainment, Be Lift Lab, Source Music, Pledis Entertainment, KOZ Entertainment, Adore, and YX. You might have not have heard of YX Entertainment before. Personally, I actually didn't, because I'm not like a huge like company stan, like huge Hype stan. I don't know if many people are, but YX label or YX Entertainment is known for And Team, and they're a Japanese label basically. They own groups that are Japanese. They are based in Japan. And then the last one is the HYBE / Ryan Tedder. Obviously, we know that they're recruiting for stars as well, for potential trainees, so they also are doing an audition as a part of this audition, and also doing their separate thing as well. Now, this is something slightly off topic, but not really, but we know that HYBE is expanding globally these days. We've got HYBE America, HYBE Japan, those two are like of the expected. Recently, we saw HYBE launch HYBE Latin America, but also, they also plan on doing HYBE India, so recruiting Indian potential trainees and also being based in India. And I'm excited to see how that goes, because India is also really known for Bollywood, and so that presence, like HYBE's presence in India, how will that influence like what their music sounds like and how that'll partner with Bollywood, or if it'll be completely different. Excited to see it, and they'll launch in either September or October is what they say, but who knows. I know this is like a lot of yapping, more than usual, but HYBE also has these like pop-ups going up. So if you see on their website, there's also like a registration form where you can apply or sign up or register, I suppose. Oh my god, I just gave like 3 synonyms. Register for HYBE's pop-up. The first one is in Japan. So it says in Japan, applicants will also have the chance to apply in person at the special pop-up event, which takes place at MIL Gallery in Shibuya, Tokyo, August 22nd to, 27th to 30th. I don't know why I saw that 7 as a 2. Okay, let's get started with the audition tutorial now. We're gonna start with JYP. Now, they have their post on the JYP Next Girl Group audition right here. And very surprisingly, they don't have an English translation on any of these posts, which is quite astounding. Anyway, the category that you guys can audition for are going to be dance, vocal, and star quality. It's until August 24th, and anyone born between 2007 to 2015. And you can apply on their website. We'll be going through that very soon. And those who pass this round or pass this audition will be able to become a JYP trainee, and they only individually contact you if you pass this audition. Now, they go through specific steps on how to film your videos, whether it's dance, vocal, or star quality. So why don't we just go through those really quickly right now. The first one is dance. Just make sure you film your video like so. So it doesn't matter if it's vertical or horizontal, like landscape mode or whatever the other mode is, it doesn't matter. And make sure there's area on top and bottom is what they say. So see how like it's not NMIX covering the entire video. Their body isn't just like the full thing. There's a bit of space on top and a lot on bottom as well. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as this. I would say a little bit close up than this, but make sure you can also see your face. That's the challenging part about this. You have to have some space up top and bottom, but also be able to see your face well. Now, NMIX, they're actually filming with a very high quality camera, so this is both possible, but make sure you get a balance of both while you're filming with your phone. Make sure you can see your face and lit very clearly, and no editing or filter. These two go for the other two categories as well. So for vocal, it's gonna be make sure you can hear your voice very well, and also you should be looking exactly front to the camera, so not really like showcasing your side profile or whatever, and film your top half of your body. Same two things we talked about before for dance. And lastly, for star quality, it's going to be anything that can showcase your like ki and taenung. So ki is like star quality. There's a very specific word for it in Korean that just kind of has to do with like stage presence, I suppose. So for example, that could be like a challenge. So like a TikTok challenge or doing an instrument. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can only pick one category for this. And actually in the caption here before, they included more things. So a challenge, doing your instrument, modeling, acting, showcasing your style. All of those are included. And I think that was all for stage star quality as well. So now let's head on to their website and actually see what this audition is all about and how to apply for it. It's here, JYP2ck, and then read through everything. It's just what we talked about before, and then click on to apply, and here you'll be able to change the language to English. You could do that on the first page as well, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're non-Korean, age under 16. So you're gonna have to complete your email verification. They'll send a code to your email and then verify it. All right, I verified, and then you have to read through the terms and conditions, the consent form, the second consent form, and then also the legal guardian consent. This one is only for those who are under the age of 16, of course, and then you also have to confirm with the legal guardian's email as well. So there's a lot of like steps to this, but for the consent form, just like click onto I agree, of course. The next step is putting in your name, your year of birth, your email. Of course, like we already verified this, so you don't need to do it again. And then your nationality. I've got a bunch of nationalities. Your country code, and then your phone number. You're gonna put your country code and then your phone number, your height and weight in centimeters and kilograms, and then you don't really click onto gender because it's only for females. And then also put your SNS URL, so all of your social media platforms. And then your profile photos. So those are just gonna be the classic photos that you submit for auditions. And then your audio/video, but it needs to be a video, of course, regardless of what category you're doing. And JYP always asks for your self-introduction, so always having like a written one handy is a good idea to go personally. And then you click on to apply right there. All right, now let's head on to the Hive Music Group audition. Now we've headed to the Hive labels audition. Click onto the Hive Music Group audition video, and it gives you like a nice little video. It says, "We believe in you, your journey begins now. A chance to receive evaluations from 8 labels with a single application." This kind of reminds me of that studio, SL Studio, that used to do something like this before, but I'm not really sure if they do it nowadays. This was like well over 3 years ago, I would say. But anyway, they have their online audition going on, which is until September 7th. And any category that you're confident in, and a photo or video that shows you off well. The eligibility is any gender or nationality, born in 2007 or later. And applicants who pass will be individually contacted for the results. And for more information, please visit the Hive Music Group website. So that is exactly what we're gonna do, but let's just click onto here because it's just a little bit easier to find the link. So Hive Music Group audition, be the next artist. These are all of the companies that are participating in this audition. And let's just first change the language to English. So it says pop-up reservation here. So if you're doing that, you can do so, but this video is about applying for the audition. This is pretty much everything we discussed, all of that, all the companies that are participating, and then this is the pop-up. So this one is in Shibuya, and maybe they'll do other pop-ups in different places as well. So that is pretty exciting. Let's click on to apply for the audition. It's the very typical HYBE form. So it's going to be your email address, your name, your date of birth, country/region, your profile photo, gender, your place of residence. So write down just the city and country, and then your phone number, your social medias, Messenger. I would just recommend KakaoTalk personally. And then attach your images, your media file, which is going to be your videos. I know it says videos are optional because it doesn't have that red mark on there, but obviously still include a video. They aren't really going to pick you just from the image. That's a very, very, very rare situation. Attach your media URLs as well. I think that's why they made these optionals, either if you want to include a link or attach the video here. How did you know about this audition? And then we've got the 3 consent forms. Now, something I wanted to quickly go over is actually the FAQ because it asks a lot of great auditions. The online audition FAQ. So basically you can't, like, I'll just do a summary because I think you guys can read through these on your own, but you can't really choose which company you want to do unless you get into the final round for all 2 companies that you wanted to get into. Then you can make a decision, but you don't really get like a preference check basically. And if you submit an audition, you can't pick and choose which companies you want to view your video basically. It's going to be all 8 companies that will be viewing your video and making an assessment. The rounds will be like this. The second round of evaluations will take place through individual contact with labels that request additional evaluations, and the process might vary depending on the timeline or depending on the label and also including the timeline. So it's going to differ between companies, and of course the audition is free. There's no costs and anyone can apply regardless of where they're from. And this is very interesting. I don't know what happened here, but I'm currently a trainee at another company. Can I still apply? Depends on your contract, but if you're a trainee, probably no. If you're like in a company as a trainee, I don't know why I can't really talk today, but the categories, we've discussed this before, and they'll be contacting you individually, usually through email, and the exact timing of the notification might vary because there are so many companies involved in this. Yes, there are age restrictions, and these are all pretty standard audition questions that I don't think are too relevant right now. I mean, they are relevant, but kind of obvious, I suppose. Now, the very last FAQ, which artists? I mean, obviously they know that. And then if I pass my guarantee to debut, of course not. Will my video be shared externally? This is an important one. So no, they're all kept very private. And how do they differ from one another? They share the same training guidelines, but may differ in curriculum details and trainers. Those are all the FAQs. I highly recommend you read through them very carefully. And if you are attending the pop-up, to read through those as well. So that was an information-packed video. I really hope this helped you guys. I got so many DMs, so many comments, so many everything, asking you guys to make both the Hive and JYP auditions. So here I am delivering that. I have so much content planned, guys. A lot of good videos coming up related to K-pop auditions. So keep your eyes peeled, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.